Two orphaned best friends, Will and Alfaria, promise each other that they will see a real sunset. But in order to do that, they need to ascend the Mercedes Callis Tower and become Magia Vanders. In the past, 5 powerful mages have come together to defeat a celestial host that terrorized the people. So they casted a seal over the sky, which provides a fake sky and is known as the Great Barrier. To keep the seal secured, they passed down the responsibility to 5 of the most strongest mages that are known as the Magia Vander. Elfaria, known as Elfie, to Will, ends up creating 12 new ice magic spells, getting scouted, and becoming the youngest Magia Vander. She ends up leaving Will behind at the Regarden Magical Academy, but gives him a pair of goggles. Come to find out, Will is actually magicless, and was only allowed to go to the academy as a way to get Elfie to attend. So once she was gone, he was faced with bullying and people underestimating him. With the approval of the headmistress, Cauldron, and under the guidance of Professor Werkner, who provides him with a magical familiar, Kiki, Will is allowed to continue his studies, with his new goal of becoming a Magia Vander to meet back up with Elfie. But the thing is, you only have 6 years in the academy, and Will is on his final year. So to advance to the tower, he either has to create a new type of magic, or earn at least 7,200 credits. Since he doesn't have magic, he acquires credits by passing writing and history classes, as well as dungeon diving. Now, Will has haters left and right, from his bully Scion, who gets even more mad after Will saves him in the dungeons, to Professor Edward, a dark viper mage that doesn't believe Will should be attending the academy. To appease Edward, the headmistress allows him to test Will any way he'd like, and if he fails, he will be expelled. And if he passes, he will stay in the academy. So Edward tests Will in a 1-to-1 duel, and if Will can land 1 strike on Edward, he'll get 5 credits for his spellwork class and pass. With his sword in hand, thanks to Kiki and his friend Colette, Will is able to land a strike on Edward's cheek, thus passing the test. While on a dungeon dive, Will utilizes tools crafted by his roommate Rosti and saves Iris from a 6-credit Frostwalker monster. Unknown to Will, Iris is actually a watcher that reports to the Magia Vander and was tipped off by Elfie to check him out. She is now intrigued by Will and excited to see more of his skills during the Grand Magic Festival. This festival only happens every 2 years and allows students to be scouted by mages from the tower's 5 factions. Will initially doesn't want to play in the Grand Magic Festival, but after Julius, a top 3 student, disrespects the dwarfs in Gina's tavern, they both agree to throw down during the tournament. After Colette sneakily convinced Scion to join her team, which included Will, they join the Crown attack, where the first team to make it back to the arena and to the Crown wins. Their team holds the lead, but of course, Julius puts an ice clone in each team's path, a spell created by Elfie, and not many know how to use it. The tension between Julius and Will causes Scion to feel overlooked, so he fights Will, which causes them to lose points. Colette stops the fight and sends Will ahead. Julius's team makes it to the arena first, but Will catches up and they fight. Will figures out that Julius doesn't actually have the clone spell down and is using his teammates to help power them. He also can tell the clones apart from Julius because the clones have ice around their feet. Will ends up knocking out Julius's teammates and Julius. But before he can claim the crown, Wignall, another top 3 student, claims it. The Praxis exam is the final big exam that provides the students access to the dungeons lower floors 7 through 10 in order to gain as many points in 1 week. Because each floor gets more difficult and has stronger monsters as you descend, this exam is considered a survival exercise, with base camps on each floor. After seeing his performance during the Grand Festival, the top student Lehanna invites Will to join her team with Scion, Julius, and Wignall. Will accepts, Colette tags along, and Rosti provides Will with some tools while he stays at base camp. With a goal to defeat the 10th floor keeper, the luminous Nabarus monster, the team makes their way down, defeating all monsters easily with magic, making Will kind of feel like he's a burden. When the team makes it to the 10th floor, they notice a lot of bodies, and that the floor keeper was already gone. a monster appears and destroys the ground, dropping the team to the 11th floor and separating them. At the same time, the 8th and upper floors are stampeded with higher level monsters, destroying the base camps and causing Professor Edward and Werkner to cancel the praxis exam. Together they rush in to go save the students and go after the lower floor team, Will's team. Werkner is a sky racer and has a crystal that is connected to the one on Kiki's head, so he can see where Will is, so the professors hurry to get to them. Will and Wignall are stranded together, with Will fighting off most of the monsters. Wignall refuses a helping hand and touch from Will because he sees Will as beneath him. We find out that Wignall's sister ascended when she was a child and became a Magia Vander. Also, Wignall is the only elf that hasn't ascended before year 6, because he is seen as a laggard, a weakling, because he has not yet perfected his elf illusion magic. They encounter a monster that can only be defeated by illusion magic. Will fights them off to give more time to Wignall so he can perfect his illusion magic. He is able to, and they defeat the monsters, leading to Wignall finally acknowledging Will and shaking his hand. Thanks to Kiki's nose, Will and Wignall find Scion and Julius. But at the same time, Colette and Lihanna are greeted with a headless man holding 2 professor heads and his friend named Mars. They tell them that they are your average villains and want to destroy the false sky. Before they could attack the girls, Will and the guys arrive thanks to Colette leaving a trail. Instead of fighting the kids, the 2 leave, but the headless man releases an evil Grand Duke monster that's worth 270 credits, which is much higher than they can handle given the tower's standard for determining credits, the 1 to 1000th rule. We later see that this headless man and Mars have found the object they were looking for, a sword. They initially try to run away but realize that this higher monster will continue to cause higher level monsters to spawn on other floors. Due to Will's lack of despair, Lihanna and the team deem him as their leader. They come up with a plan to defeat the monster, but fail. Will ends up losing his goggles, which cause him to spiral. Scion brings him back to reality, and in that moment, Rosti secretly throws a crystal towards Will, hoping he would remember that it was wand and sword. Will has Scion use his magic on his sword, and it consumes the fire magic. Will's eyes go red, he calls his attack Ignis Wise, and defeats the monster. Before they could celebrate, a horde of monsters appear, but they are saved by Aaron, the king of Magia Vander. Will notices another in Aaron's expedition group, Finn, who was also seen in the flashback of a woman holding a baby, saying that it was wand and sword. In total, there were only 11 fatalities during the exam, all of which were professors. Will learns about Finn and the Finn tribe from his team, and how they were contracted with the tower as dungeon guides since the age of the Mage Queen. Finn goes to the headmistress and delivers the same sword we saw Mars and the Headless have, stating that they lost 20 mages on floor 40, getting it from a group. He also stated that the sword doesn't seem naturally made, and that it was most likely created by combining things from the deepest floors. Finn believes they are running experiments deep in the dungeon, and the headmaster keeps the sword safe while Finn reminds her that she's supposed to care for wands and not swords, since that is his territory. Since Will wants to be a wand so bad, they agree to let him stay there, but Finn will be checking up on him. The season ends with 2 months passing and the students beginning their final exams. Now, we know that Will has no powers but can have his sword absorb magic, and that they are in the final year and Will still needs some credits to ascend the tower unless he gets scouted. But with season 2 coming out this month, we have to know, did Will get to keep his credits from the praxis exam? Was Will the baby in the flashback with the first Mage Queen and Finn? And who is Rosti, the mysterious roommate of Will's? I can't wait for the new season, so let me know in the comments what your predictions are and what you're most excited for in season 2. And as always, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell to join our growing community of anime fans. Until next time, bye!